It's funny, we almost never think about the massive, complex network of pipes that are hidden just out of sight, right behind our walls. It's this silent, invisible system that's working around the clock 24/7 just to bring us fresh water and then whisk the waste away. So today, we're going to take a journey into that hidden world.
I mean, think about it. You turn a handle, and just like magic, bam, water appears. But of course, it's not magic. It's this really intricate pressurized system. So what's really going on in there? And maybe the more important question is, when things start to go wrong, what is that system trying to tell you?
For most of us, right, the only time we even think about our plumbing is when there's a problem. A drain that's taking forever or some weird noise. But these things, they aren't just random little annoyances. They're messages.
Yeah, these probably look pretty familiar to a lot of us. That shower drain that just gets slower and slower, a toilet that gurgles after you flush. Maybe you've even got a patch of grass in the yard that's just a little too green. We've all been there, but we usually just brush it off.
But here's the thing. The key is to start seeing these not just as problems to deal with, but as clues. They're symptoms of something bigger happening inside the two major plumbing systems in your home. The supply lines bringing water in, and the drain lines taking it back out. So let's follow that journey in first.
All right, this is the high-pressure side of the whole operation. This is the system that's responsible for delivering clean water to literally every fixture in your house, from your sink to your shower to your washing machine.
Seriously, the best way to think about it is like your body's circulatory system, but for your house. This entire network has to be clean, it has to be strong, and totally free of blockages for it to work right. But just like our own arteries, these pipes can age and run into some serious problems. Okay, here's a perfect example of a hidden problem. If your home was built before, say, the 1970s, there's a good chance you have galvanized steel types. Now, over decades, these things literally rust from the inside out, slowly but surely choking off the water flow. So that weak shower you've been putting up with, it might not be the shower head, it could be the pipes themselves.
Thankfully, modern homes use way better materials. Today, the two main players are PEX and copper. PEX is this flexible plastic that's cheaper and, get this, it can resist bursting if it freezes, which is a huge plus in colder climates. Then you've got copper, which is the time-tested classic. It's incredibly durable and it's naturally resistant to bacteria. Really, the choice just comes down to a homeowner's budget and their specific situation.
Okay, so that's how water gets in, but what about how it gets out? Well, that's the job of the drain waste vent system. And this whole system is gravity-fed, which means it faces a completely different set of challenges. And you can probably guess where this is going. Just like old supply lines, the drain lines in homes built before the 1960s were often made of cast iron. And over time, this stuff corrodes, creating this rough, scaly interior surface that is just perfect for snagging gunk and starting clogs. The modern solution? Oh, it's PVC. And the reason it's so much better is because its surface is perfectly smooth. That means it's incredibly resistant to all that corrosion and buildup. Waste just flows right on by without getting snagged on those rough, rusty surfaces you find in old cast iron. It's such a simple change in material, but it makes a massive difference. So how does a major backup even happen? Well, it's almost never just one thing. It's more like a slow-motion disaster. It all starts with things like grease and soap scum creating this sticky film inside the pipe. Then hair and other junk gets caught on it. Over months or even years, this gunk grows, making the pipe narrower and narrower until, finally, nothing can get through. And what about that gurgling toilet? Oh, this is fascinating. Your drain system needs air to work properly. That's what the vent part of the system is for. It's usually that pipe you see sticking out of your roof. A gurgle is the sound of your drain desperately trying to suck in air because that vent is blocked. Your plumbing is literally suffocating. So it's not just internal issues we have to worry about. Your home's plumbing is actually in a constant battle with the environment all around it. And this right here is one of the biggest threats from the outside. Tree roots. They are incredibly powerful. They can actually sense the moisture and nutrients inside your sewer line, and they will force their way in through the tiniest crack. Eventually, they create this dense mat of roots that causes a complete, and I mean complete, blockage. So how would you even know this is happening? You have to look for patterns. It's not just one slow drain, but maybe all the drains in the house seem a little sluggish. And keep an eye on your yard. That one little patch of grass that looks suspiciously lush and green, it might be getting some unwanted fertilizer from a leaking sewer line right underneath it.
And then there's winter. When water freezes, it expands with incredible force. A pipe that's sitting in an uninsulated crawl space or an exterior wall just doesn't stand a chance. And the real danger isn't even the frozen pipe itself. It's the massive flood that happens when it finally thaws. Even a tiny crack can dump hundreds of gallons of water a day, causing absolutely devastating damage.
So, with all these complex and hidden problems, how are they actually fixed? Well, this is where modern technology and professional expertise have completely changed the game.
Gone are the days of just digging up your entire yard trying to find a break in the sewer line. Today, plumbers can send a tiny little camera down the line to see exactly what the problem is and pinpoint its exact location. It's like performing surgery instead of just blindly guessing.
And the same goes for clearing out clogs. A traditional snake just kind of punches a hole through the blockage, and it often leaves all sorts of gunk behind. But hydrojetting, it uses high-pressure water to literally blast away everything. Grease, roots, you name it. And it leaves the inside of the pipe looking almost brand new. One's a temporary patch, the other is a real long-term solution.
You know, a professional process should always be transparent and easy to understand. It starts with them actually listening to you and making an accurate diagnosis. You should always approve an estimate before any work begins. And finally, a real pro will test everything to make sure it's fixed right, and they'll leave your home just as clean as they found it.
And look, I know this part sounds a little boring, but it's a point that just can't be overstated. Professional plumbers follow really strict state and local codes. And these rules aren't just for show. They're designed to protect your health by making sure clean water stays clean and sewer gas stays out of your home. It's all about protecting you and your property's value.
So, the next time you hear a little gurgle or notice a drain is just a bit slow or you feel that drop in water pressure, don't just write it off as an annoyance. Listen a little closer. Your home is talking to you. The only question is, are you ready to hear what it has to say?